I was asking for. I spoke at a turn.
Boom! We are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, mind blown by the seas in Pacific Ocean. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Blown. I'm great. How have you been? It's been a hot minute.
It has. You know, I completely missed that. It went clear over my head 2 weeks ago, and I was just like, oh, yeah, I guess it is something.
And you haven't slept since then, huh?
I may have re-listened to the episode this morning.
Yeah.
It reminded me, though, of a story that I wanted to tell you by somebody who is a part-time professor at Harvard, part-time at MIT. Super douchey. But they had a boat named AUGHOTI. So it kind of looked like a goatee, and you're like, that's a stupid name. AU as in the symbol for gold.
Gold.
GH as in the GH in laugh, so it makes an F sound. O as the O in women, so like an I. And TI is the TI in emotion, so it was Goldfish is the name of the boat.
And how are they not Pishadoo of the year?
Well, because they died 2 years ago during COVID.
Still. Unremorseful goblin mode.
Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Saturdays, we're going to post these episodes later. We always do it live. We got some people watching along. We always appreciate the comments, the likes, the shares, the hate. Doesn't matter.
Matters a little.
Episode 162, calling this one Beat It, because we are beating off last year. Got a couple fun topics related to that. Zach, before we get into what are you drinking, I am going to make good on my promise, and I got 3 clear bullshits to get through. Ooh. So I got a mix packed again. I'm going to let you pick which ones they are. So from the Aloha State, Kona Spiked Island Seltzer.
You brought that shit back from Hawaii?
No, I would never do that. We actually had a bag that was over one day, and I had to start chugging seltzers at the airport. But Zach,
I thought you were calling Julia that.
Passion fruit orange.
Listen back and hear that one good.
Strawberry guava. I got starfruit lime, and I got tropical punch. So which one am I getting rid of?
One, get a punch out of it. That's going to be too good.
Okay, the punch is gone. So just to show everybody, the passion fruit orange Kona Spiked Seltzer. Zach, I do have some really, really good stories from Hawaii, but it would be more talking, and I'm never going to be able to get through these clear bullshits that I
got some topics. I got some nonsense.
All right, so that is what I'm drinking. Zacharias, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
I am drinking 12 fluid ounces of 1 Amstel Light. Do we know why? Because as of yesterday, I am FAT positive. I'm enormous. After the week I put away skiing, I'm just gross. And I think I had yogurt for lunch and like chicken salad for dinner. I'm like gaunt. I'm withering. I'm going to wither away. I'm not eating anymore until I get to your wedding.
What's the first number?
What?
The first number of your weight.
1.
Oh, then you're okay.
No, I think I'm shrinking too. So it's not okay. I'm getting like compact. I'm like when you smush Luigi.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, I hope my strength to weight ratio grows and I can jump real high, but it's not good. Ugh, average.
I wish I took these out earlier. They're so cold. I might have to start putting them in my crotch to warm them up a little bit.
Ew.
Little secret.
Go with it.
Little podcast secret.
I'm fucking gross these days. And I got an arm thing. I walked into a doorknob. Yeah, I tore a muscle possibly snowboarding, helping Zoe on a black diamond, which she probably had no business being on, but her overly aggressive father took her down. She lost a ski. I dragged my arm trying to get it and just felt something go.
Zach, it's funny you make the joke about walking into a doorknob because for today's episode 162, Beat It, I don't know if you've been following the news, but there's been a lot of domestic assault going on.
Not the news I've been watching. I've been watching news. It's all about football and Congress. That's my news. And by the way, speaking of a faux doctor, you were in great form that night. I mean, it's awful what happened at DeMar Hamlin, but literally you were giving me updates in real time as to what you thought was it, and you were pretty solid. I mean,
nobody knows though. This is something that's
nobody
never
knows, but you know more than Booger McFarlane. You were on it, and he handled himself well.
I absolutely love when they just send it back to you, Boog.
Yeah, nobody wanted the microphone that night. What are you gonna say when they threw it back? It's like, oh fuck.
Dude,
You
the
know,
worst part was I'm watching that with a room full of Bodians, and naturally,
no,
I'm sitting where I am right now, and it's on the TV, and I watch this happen, and I stop and go, "Oh my god, that guy might be dead," and all of them are like, "Yeah, it's football. It happens all the time," because they don't watch football. I'm like,
oh,
"No, no, really, this is not good."
I thought they were gonna say it's a Tuesday in Cambodia. No biggie.
So Zach, I don't know if you heard, but the UFC is expanding. They recently just signed something called the Slap League. Have you ever seen those highlights?
Yeah, it's awful.
Horrible. I'm not in for it either.
It's the
Well,
dumbest.
yeah, that's pretty bad, but nothing is worse than when you're the commissioner of said league, Mr. Dana White, who was caught on a hot camera on New Year's Eve with his wife. Wife gets in his face, pulls back, cracks him one. Pretty good. Not enough to really make you flinch or anything. Do you know what he did?
Slapped her back.
Pretty good. He hit her
Good
pretty
guy's bringing his work home with him. I hate that.
All right. I've been pondering. I'm curious what your thoughts are on air. Now, we both know my landlord has 2 black belts. I don't mess with the best because the best don't mess.
Okay,
I don't fool with the cool because the cool don't fool.
go on.
What do you do? What do you do if your significant other, like, just cracks the shit out of you?
You wrap her up like you get her in like a Nelson of some sort.
Okay, all right, I'm glad you're with me because I actually do this all the time as a joke. Any of my nieces and nephews, and my soon-to-be nephew and nieces, know when I get them in a rear naked choke, they either verbally go
In a
tap
what?
tap, a rear naked choke.
That's not. Say less words.
It just means you don't have a gi on. But my point
What
being,
do you have on? A tie? Like nothing else?
you got on this Pig Pet Carnita
A
shirt.
fun hat?
Zach, they all know that when I put them in this, they just either go tap tap or they will physically tap and I let them go. Would you be okay with that if Dana White's wife smacked him and then he literally put her in a flying armbar?
Which she'd have to say Matei, right?
You love that.
Oh, dying. 6 to midnight. Best scene in the bear.
I'm being real though, Zachy, because
No, you can restrain them. You can calm them down. You can
out.
like,
Can you put them
immobilize
out?
them.
Can you take them out?
No.
Why not? Why?
What? Let's poll the audience here, guys. No, you can't knock them out or like make them.
Not knock out, like subdue them until they're unconscious.
Yeah, no, they have to maintain consciousness. Eventually, they'll calm the fuck down. I mean, well done. 1 down.
1 down in less than 10 minutes.
See, in the Renaissance period, go nuts. Anyway, no, you. I don't think you can.
Okay. It was just one of those things I saw, and there hasn't been any backlash, but because the UFC makes all the money in the world, and he's kind of one of the big promoters, there's going to be nothing. No suspension. He's put out his apologies, and that's it.
More than Skip Bayless did.
All right. Did you actually read his tweet?
Yeah.
His tweet was trying to say, this is very important that we solve this, but this is not a time for it. But the way he said it was really...
He could have used a few more commas if that's what he was going with, and he just went for it. I know what he was trying to say, but I also know what he actually said.
But he's always been Mr. Tone Deaf, which is... The best highlights of his career is when people put him in his place.
Oh, yeah. He's rough. I would, honestly, if I was a sports anchor, I would have said nothing. Because if I get it right, so did everyone else. If I get it wrong, crucified. I would have just turned my phone off at that point. What benefit does it have?
Okay, I was going to put this in my Pishadoo of the week, but just to talk about with everything that happened. We all know what happened with the Buffalo Bills player. Thoughts and prayers, obviously. I think the right take, no matter how you feel, you have to go with the masses. You have to go with, like, look, we all have fantasy teams, and we all are concerned about football teams and whatnot, but until everybody kind of starts
in
talking...
the finals because of Yahoo's decision.
And what more means more? That guy's life or your fantasy team?
His life, because I've won plenty.
If it was your first one, it'd be a different story.
It's been discussed in different league. Like, the guy's been there forever, and like finally, this is his moment, and that's after that he lost.
I generally think though, we all have friends that say certain things and take certain topics. You basically have to know your audience of who you're talking to. Like, honestly, dude, there's memes that I send to you and a couple people, and there's memes I send to you.
I'm the worst friend you know? Fantastic.
I'm going to go with yes. And am I not your worst friend?
Maybe. I've got some pretty bad ones. This guy Tommy's pretty bad. Shout out.
Have you ever said anything that I've been like, dude, come on, what are you doing?
No.
Never.
About my game?
Maybe. You've never put me in my place.
No, I don't care enough about anybody in their place. Everyone has their own place, and let everyone be happy. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Oh, God, I hate you. Zach, now, it's always funny when I follow the bullshit online. The stupid people, remember we talked about the Liver King? I
Yeah.
swear to God, like 2 days later, Julia goes, "Who's the Liver King and why is he being sued?" I'm like, oh my God, we talked about this.
Asked and answered, I would tell her.
She dropped one the other day. She goes, who's Andrew Tate? What is this all about? Do you know who Andrew Tate is?
No clue.
He got super famous over the summer for he's been promoting basically like manly men. Everything is like, stop being a bitch, suck it up. It's been pretty aggressive.
Eat the rat.
Problem with this guy is he comes off like this big bravo person. And everybody's like, why don't you come say it to my face? Zach, he's a 75 win professional kickboxer. He'll say anything he wants in anybody's face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he backs it up.
Yeah.
The best thing ever was, and I have my gripes with this Greta Thunberg girl who's, the world expert on. Yeah, I don't care.
She's on the spectrum at like 14. What's your problem with her?
Okay, I actually didn't know she was on the spectrum, but even so, I don't care that a 14-year-old is giving you these worldly opinions. I really, really don't care. But the best part is she put out something, all about in this guy's face. Andrew Tate was like on the run from the police at this point, at least he was. And she said something like, "Oh, you think you're so cool because this?" And he goes, "Do you want to hear about all my cars? Do you want to hear about all this?" The guy goes on, it's just so offensive. And she hit him back with like, "You're a bitch.com." Or something. It was really funny. He then put out a video. In the video was a pizza box of a brand only located in Romania. As he was responding to her, arrested the next day for sex trafficking in Romania.
Nice.
What an idiot.
Idiot.
Beat it. What are you doing?
Get the hell out of there. Yeah, he's an idiot.
Last thing I had on my list to tell you about. How do you respond? Now, Jeremy Renner, is he Hawkeye? Is he...
Yeah, he's one of those.
Did you hear what happened to him?
Yeah, he got Mr. Plowed.
Okay. Have you seen the picture he posted?
No, well, maybe. I saw the picture of the thing.
No, he posted a picture from his hospital bed. I'm not sure how he got destroyed. What do you do? Do you tell people? Because I don't think I do.
No, if a snowmobile runs over me, I mean, either that or you audition for Lieutenant Dan in the next Forrest Gump, because he's just gonna be. Is he losing both his legs? Like, what's the deal?
Oh, I have no idea about his legs. I thought he just got hit in the face.
No, he got run over by this thing, and like he might lose both of his legs.
Hawkeye got ran over by a reindeer.
Work on it. Workshop it. The pieces are there. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't tell anybody until like it's official, and if it is, I'd have a lot of time to come up with a really sad story.
Right?
Like I wouldn't just be like, "Hey guys, just fucking around, got my legs run over by a fucking plow." No, it would be like, "I was saving these 3 kids who are on the spectrum, and I got run over, but I saved them."
Speaking of workshopping, did you listen to last week's episode?
Yeah.
Thoughts? We haven't talked about this. Any good ones or?
I don't remember any of the quotes, but I remember laughing on the subway.
Yeah, but you make yourself laugh. So.
No, I laughed with you sometimes too.
Zach, there was a couple of them that I was like, they didn't laugh at that. That was so funny.
Who's they?
The people at the roast, man.
Oh, the roast. Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. I don't give a shit with these episodes. Did you not listen to the roast?
No.
I posted last week's episode. Did you not listen to it?
I listened to it.
It was the roast.
It wasn't the roast.
It was the roast.
Oh, in the middle? No, I didn't hear that. I heard the last one we did.
Oh my God, Zach. Okay. Episode 161, I posted the audio of the roast that I did.
Didn't hear it. We'll listen tomorrow.
Okay, you'll let me know.
I will.
All right, buddy. Stage is yours. I still have another 1 1/4 of these.
Those things will go down like that. So I've had 2 weeks to compile crap. Some of them are less important, but apparently the Jets wide receiver coach, Miles Austin, suspended for a year for gambling. Idiot.
You saw that. You know where he went to school? Miles Austin?
Probably Maryland. I'm sure he matriculated there.
Okay, nowadays I'm also kind of claiming New Jersey, a.k.a. I'm sure as hell claiming my area.
What, Towson? Where'd he go?
Monmouth. I could hit it with a rock.
Pretty good.
Monmouth is literally right there. Like, all right, hold on. Let me go get you a schedule for the spring 2023.
I'll be at every home game. Southwest Airlines, I mean, just all of it.
You know what? That's been going on all year. They were just the ones this time.
Yeah, all right, fine. There's more. You know what really gives me the red ass? Because I was snowboarding for half the weekend. And it's become more prevalent. I don't really know why it bothers me. It shouldn't bother me, but it makes me insane. Anyone who wears a football jersey over their jacket on the ski mountain. I fucking hate it. I want to push them over. I don't know why.
Other
I like
sports?
Josh Allen. Fuck you.
Other sports would make a difference or no?
Hockey's okay. I see it less, but it's better. Fine. If you want to rock a Detlef Schrempf Sonics jersey, you're the fucking man out there. But no, and it's always like Mac Jones, 14. Like, fuck you.
All right, timeout.
I was in Pat's country, but still.
I will push back. If they do not have sleeves underneath that jersey, I'm okay with it.
I don't love it, but it's cooler. But no, it's always like their fucking winter jacket with a jersey over it because it fits. Come on. It makes me nuts.
So
Hockey is a little better because it belongs out there.
I usually go hockey jersey because it makes you a lot easier to find on the mountain, which is good. I have 2 good hockey jersey stories while skiing. One time I wore my own adult men's league. I did it. And the best part, Zach, on the lift, a little kid sitting next to me, and he goes, "Whose jersey is that?" And I said, "It's actually mine." He goes, "Are you a professional hockey player?" Made my day. It was great. But the other one you're going to appreciate more is I always wear my Ovechkin jersey, usually one of the days. When we were skiing in Telluride a couple of years ago, I'm going down like a double blue, or maybe it was like a blue-black. It was pretty hard, at least for me. And right under the lift is all this fresh powder. And I'm a mediocre skier, just being honest. And I'm going down, and from the lift, somebody goes, "Hey, oven chicken, don't fall." I proceed to go skis over face, and it was just one of those, and they are dying on the lift. I'm like, oh, that was the worst.
That was great. Although my worst fall down lift line it was a black diamond. It was a tough trail. Me and Eric, your boy, it's icy, but it's like an ungroomed trail. We just did it. And we are, we were both good snowboarders. It was a tough trail. It didn't run well. And we are at this point tumbling down. And we look up and Jenna is just on the lift going up, watching us go with like snowballs, just in control, dying. I don't know how this didn't get more play in like July, or maybe I missed it, but someone said this to me recently. Did you know Hugh Grant commissioned during Brexit the Benny Hill music to be played outside of 10 Downing Street on loop, like indefinitely? Yeah, while they were like pulling Boris Johnson out of there. He just someone called him out on Twitter and like he had this set up, like done. Brilliant.
Hugh Grant's the one that got caught with a tranny, right?
Yeah.
I know it's not PC, but that was the guy, right?
That's the guy. We've all been there. No, Hugh Grant. That's.
Oh my God. You're in my head for trivia, by the way.
So more to that. You're not big into the darts world, are you? Nor am I. Did you see this?
No, but I've watched darts before. It's all bullseyes. It's ridiculous.
No, this one wasn't. Apparently, the world champion, Michael Smith, you should Google this because the call was the whole thing. You don't like anything as much as the announcer got up for this darts one. Apparently, this guy threw what's called a 9-darter and had the best leg of darts ever. Whatever that means. The announcer goes bananas. This guy, essentially won, darted out to win the title. It is on. The darts are fine. The announcer's the whole thing. Watch it. It made me happy.
You just stole my bit, man.
What?
I told you, the hot tub guy, you don't like anything as much as he liked hot tubs.
Nah, it's an old line.
By the way, we still reference that guy anytime anybody says good job. We just go, good job. That's right, good job.
And the stupidest, most annoying thing, and granted, I hate the product. And I also hate the team that won said product. The Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Who won that? I actually don't remember.
Those fucking pricks. But 4 gallons of the nastiest thing you could have poured on you. And not for nothing, you are right. Those famous, the stupid big hat is becoming a thing.
No. That was the coach that I told you about from Maryland.
No. Other teams and people are doing it. Anytime anyone wins anything, they've got the giant hat. Essentially the Dumb and Dumber cowboy hat with their team on it.
But it's a Delmarva thing. The Maryland football.
I know he started it.
He was the one who started it. Then Brian Robinson Jr.
Your thing. Oh, this is going to become a thing. Everyone's going to have. Every time a team wins, somebody has this ridiculous hat. I hate that it's a thing. But the Duke's Mayo Bowl, it's about the nastiest thing you could. I wouldn't even want to win. I would tell my team we're tanking. We're absolutely losing, so that stuff doesn't get anywhere near me. Take a dive, guys.
It was a weird score, too. It was like 19-12 or something.
And my punter is my quarterback that day. Let's go, guys.
All right, Zach, you know what's big in the YouTube world? It's something called unboxing.
Oh, I had Jeremy Renner, too, but you beat me to that shit.
Now, I didn't get a chance to share during Hanukkah what I received at your Hanukkah party. And you know what, Zach? I appreciated the gift, and I am going to use said calendar. So just to share with the world, I have a brand new 2023 calendar
You were
called
so excited when you pulled it out of the thing, too.
Guilty Pleasures Are My Shamrock Showing? And Zach gave it to me where he put the bow right where the bow belongs. So I thought every time we do an episode on the first of a month, I would just go ahead and read what it says for said month. Are you okay with that, Zach?
I love it.
Well, it's your present, and I ended up with it. So,
Enjoy.
so getting rid of this.
Yeah, by the way, God bless the internet for me finding that. And God knows why that was on my search history, but that's, those records are sealed.
Guilty Pleasures Are My Shamrock Showing? Immediately going towards January.
Who's Mr. January?
There's no name or information here, but it says it's not the length of your kilt, but the length of your sword. And not gonna lie, I'm just gonna go thumbs up or thumbs down. Zach, I would.
Well, clearly Samantha would too, because she's now 6 to midnight. Yeah.
All right. So Zach, you haven't listened to last week's episode, but tell me
I haven't.
What you watching?
So because I'm always late to the party, but now we are balls deep in Barry because we had a lot of time. We're almost through the second season. It's not. Some of the episodes are really funny. Some of them are just really good, but it's excellent. Hank, top 5 character on TV.
NoHo Hank.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's NoHo Hank. He's fantastic.
How far are you? Are you through
mid-season 2?
Okay. Season 3 is not as good, but probably has the 2 funniest scenes. I actually don't laugh out loud at that show, but there's a lot of
I crack up at that show.
There's
now one back on Fleischman, and today we just started the Special Forces show where Mike Piazza has to jump out of a plane and shit.
Oh, I heard Danny Amendola did an interview about that.
Yeah, he's in it too, and some bunch of other people, and maybe some housewife.
I'm not watching that.
It's not. Oh, so you watch The Bachelorette, but you won't watch her.
Not by choice. I don't watch that.
But you won't watch her jump out of a plane? Hell yeah, let's go.
Julia jump out of a plane. I'm not watching Mike Piazza
carrying your kid. It's badass.
Fucking rock on.
Yeah.
E2?
E2, what are you watching?
It's funny enough because I got a text right on the way to this podcast from Shelby saying, we just finished, I forget what she said, and she goes, we need a show. Of course, you know what you have to do. The first thing you would just go, what networks do you have? Because we have everything, and I have to be sensitive to, the poor in the world and be like, oh, I have this, I have this.
Poor. Oh, I just got a free Peacock password. I'm so excited for Premier League.
Julia has shows on Peacock. She has a couple comedy specials.
Yeah, I'll watch those.
Also, just signed on to another big one. I'll tell you off air who it is.
I'll check those out.
Meanwhile, you should see my UPS guy is a revolving door of all the swag I've been getting this past holiday season.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe the crap that I got more chocolate covered pretzels than you could feed an army with.
Yeah, keep those away from me because I will devour them. I told them in my office, I'm gonna be out for 8 days. Save me anything that's pretzel-y. But now I don't have. Now I won't eat them. What are you watching?
So I started Wednesday, which I heard came out recently, and I thought it was a kid's show.
It's Tim Burton, but
it's a little too much of the same. But you know what I've been telling people? It's cute enough. If you like the shtick, it's fine. I only have one real big problem, and I actually found out another problem recently. First movie, Raul Julia, stud of all studs, right? He's a coxman, right? Or was
dead for years.
Yeah, I know, but back in the day, you were like, man, that guy just slays, right?
I assume so, but
do you know who they replaced him with?
Who?
That with Luis Guzman, the Spanish guy, the fat guy who's in everything.
I know who he is. Now, I got a thing with Luis Guzman because he's great, and I loved him in Carlito's Way. And he's excellent in Waiting with the
and Narcos. He's fantastic.
He is. So my dad has a thing, and he's not wrong. He goes, Luis Guzman is one of those actors that makes every show he's in 10% better. Never made a bad show.
Except
not wrong.
With this show, so far he's supposed to be like, oh, because it's Catherine Zeta-Jones is playing Morticia. He's like,
those two are believable as an item.
Cara Mia, this and that. And you're just like, I don't know about this. Meanwhile, you know who's the real asshole of the week before we even get to it? I'm through 2 episodes, and finally I go, hold on. I don't recognize that girl, but her voice, is that Brienne of Tarth? And it is.
Yeah, she's in it, I heard.
Yeah, and not ugly. Just put that out there.
I don't know. Christina Ricci at her makes a cameo. She's Wednesday.
I'm a fan. No, more than a cameo.
Black Snake Moan? Not a fan?
Wait, no. I actually had this argument with I Need a Cup with my buddy Seth.
Yeah.
But I'll just say, we go back and forth. I said, oh, dude, Christina Ricci's in this. He goes, oh, Christina Ricci, she has like a 5 head. I said, have you seen Julia? I have a type.
Hey-o!
He goes,
Um,
that was really funny and terrible at the same time.
so I was on the
But
ski. Go on.
no. I was gonna finish up my Wednesday bit, but you go.
This is about Wednesday, so I'm on the ski lift. I'm online, and at this point I'm just single because I torched my wife and kid. So now the kid comes. She was at a lessons thing. I don't know. So I hear these people going, "Man, is anyone hotter than Jenna Ortega?" Who I just found out like 2 days ago who that was. I'm like, couldn't. I look back, they're like 12. What the fuck do they know they're hot?
All right, glad you brought her up because
Find me some Alicia Silverstone when I was 12. That's what I'm talking about.
I think she's 20 now. I
Yeah.
was all ready to like blow up all of our audience listening, right? Jenna Ortega or Jenny Ortega, I don't know what her real name is. Big pro-Palestine person.
Not good.
Yeah, well, of course she's getting a lot of love on Twitter because it's like, oh, good for her, free Palestine and Yemen. But it's like, you're 20. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you
the Palestine thing, shut the fuck up. But the rest
time out. You're only anti-Palestine because you're a Jew, right?
Well, yeah, and
okay. I am a anti-Palestine person because they both have a case. You hear me pro-Israel? I don't go pro-Israel. I mean,
no.
but I don't go pro-Israel online because like it's just not my place. And guess what? My opinion doesn't matter. I don't care what she has to say about Israel or Palestine.
By the way, we've just handed the anti-Semites who clearly love this show just absolute fodder right here.
I'm literally taking a stand and saying, "Here's how I feel," but I don't put it. Anyway, I heard that recently. I was like, "Ooh, I was going to tell everybody on Wednesday." Zach, here's why I'm the worst. I was tempted to stop watching the show, and then I watched another episode.
I wouldn't. I don't really care about people's politics because the girl who ruined my youth is all kinds of like nuts. Alicia Silverstone,
all of them.
Well, she's all kinds of crazy, and Jenny McCarthy, who I loved and singled out, is all kinds of whacked out, and still, of course, still with any of them. All those '90s stars. 6? Oh, absolutely.
Did you just drop a Blossom reference?
Her too. Love Blossom.
You said 6.
I said 6.
Who are you talking about? Are you
6,
talking about
some Blossom? Yes, I.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
By the way, I know my stuff.
I can't believe you just said that. By the way, nothing for getting that.
I got. It was supposed to be gotten.
Whoa.
Yeah, him too.
Can I move on to Pishadoo of the week? Or you got?
Yeah, go.
All right.
Yeah, you and Joey Lawrence, the same barber. It's good.
Oh yeah, I saw he was on CSI New York. He had a nice little run.
Not a lot of hair.
Pishadoo of the week. I have 7 candidates, some better than others, but we'll see what happens. Candidate number 1. This is a little old. I just never got to it. A dominatrix showed up to a town council meeting and was requesting $250,000 to build a dungeon to be used by the city of Florida.
Love it.
You don't think there's anything weird about that?
Not North or South Florida.
It was South.
North Florida, they're nuts, but like, meh.
All right, next candidate is a little personal favorite. So last year, leading up to, I think it was Christmas Day, they did this big John Madden documentary. We're giving this guy his flowers. Do you remember what happened like 2 days after the documentary aired?
Died.
Dead. Cool. This year, leading up to the 50th
Franco
anniversary
Harris
of the Immaculate Reception, we're doing a big Steelers tribute against the Raiders, and the guy dies like the day before that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about this? Don't celebrate anything of any of the teams I like on Christmas.
So you don't want the Matt Stover memorial or tribute?
Do you know he's a big Jesus guy, right? Everyone.
Yeah, all these guys are big Jesus guys.
All right,
Big
next
Moses
candidate.
guys don't play in the NFL.
I'm not even sure what Pappy Van Winkle is. Is it Scotch?
No, because it's American, but it's whiskey. It's in the Scotch vein. It's supposed to be fantastic.
Cool.
Never had it.
Bottle sold for $52K. Really bothers me a lot.
You want any? I got it.
No, I would. You know what? Same thing with Johnny Blue. I've had a sip just to say it. It tastes like Scotch.
I have a bottle because it was given to me. It's good. It's overpriced, but tastes good. So if I had a bottle of Pappy, $52,000. You wouldn't take a $12 tiny sip? That's all you'd be getting with $12 worth.
He looking like a man.
What?
He looking like a man. It's all the same shit, man. Like,
no. Scotch, you can tell the difference. It's not red wine.
All right. Oh, okay. I might have to rearrange these. Okay, let's go with next one is police were called right around Christmas time. Somebody set up a Cousin Eddie from the Griswolds. They set up a scene where instead of like Jesus, it was Cousin Eddie and like, what was it, like a dog or a jack? Somebody called the police thinking And it was somebody on their porch.
By the way, we watched it the other day. There's a world where Jenna and I are the next door neighbors. Why is the carpet all wet, Marco? I don't know. I don't know, Marco.
Who are the idiots? Setting up the Cousin Eddie or the people who call the police?
I don't know. Setting it up is very funny.
All right. Next one.
I'm on board with all these candidates so far.
As of 2017, Netflix was sending tweets going, share your password. It means love. Do you know as of 2023 what their message is?
Don't share your password. Buy more Netflix.
No more sharing passwords. Netflix has been like, fuck
I
your
had
couch.
an issue with HBO Max over the weekend. It's like what show wasn't working. I have to log in, log out. I think I went to go log out, and it is my account. I've had it for years. I see that it's a friend of mine's name and email address. He's been apparently I gave it to him like 12 years ago when it was HBO Go. Had no idea, totally forgot, and yeah, he's been just milking me. He's the guy I got Peacock off because I called him out on it publicly. I put it on a text chain with another friend of ours saying, "You've been using my HBO Max, you hazer."
Oh, that's terrible. All right, I'll go in the order that I think they're guys. Next one. This was, I think, the first day of Hanukkah. So what was that, like a Tuesday or a Monday, whatever it was? The New York Times put out a crossword puzzle. I think it was the day after the first day of Hanukkah. I know you like the CH. I don't know who's supposed to fact check or do whatever, but when you actually look at the picture of what it makes, Zach,
Swastika?
it's not good. Yeah.
Is it a swastika?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I don't know how creative you are, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. What does that look like to you?
The swastika. Two of them.
Two of them? That's one.
It's one. It's not good. It's not good.
Nishkit?
And then some.
But, Zach, I have a better one. That's not good, right? That's really bad.
Not good.
All right. Are you sitting down?
I am.
All right. A doctor's office mistakenly texted 8,000 patients a message. Instead of a holiday greeting, he texted them, "You're dying of cancer." It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
It's the worst thing ever.
Because you call them, they're like, "Hi, thanks for calling Dr.
Especially at
Jeff."
the holidays, too.
At the holidays,
oh
call back on the 3rd.
Oh my
What
God.
the hell?
Oh my God.
That's the worst thing you've ever heard, right?
Yeah.
That's like.
And I don't even know what number 2 is.
Zach, number 2 is the swastika.
No. I don't even know what the second worst thing I've ever heard is after that. That's the worst thing anyone's
I'm just saying, like, of this week, I
How many patients?
8,000 people got a "You're dying of cancer" text. It's so terrible.
Oh my God.
I'm literally going, yeah, swastika's not that bad in the New York Times. That's the worst thing ever.
That's the worst thing ever. Like, how do you walk it back? How do you send the text? Like, oopsie.
What is the penalty for that? Like, you don't lose your license for that. What do you lose? Your Twitter privileges? Like,
He tweeted it or he texted it?
he texted it. But what is the penalty? Like a fine?
There's no number that makes that okay.
Do you sue for like duress over the holidays?
No. I don't know. Maybe because it's America, you can sue for anything. God bless this place.
Like this goes into the conversation we had with one of our friends. We don't need to say who it is, who texted us and goes, "We might need to let somebody go in our company. Do we do it before the holidays so they have the time ruining their holidays, or let them enjoy their holidays and do it after?" And like, there's no right answer.
There's no right answer. Here's where it starts with a 2. Anyway, yeah, chug it down. Anyway, he's dying.
No, I'm trying not to spit it out.
There's no right answer. There's nothing you can do. He doesn't need to lose his license because he's probably still a good doctor. He's just a bad texter. I don't know. Like
he also probably didn't, right? It was probably like some office manager or a peon at the front.
Then they get fired, and you absolutely hit that note very hard and blame that person. Oh, it was my peon. Well, I also peon because it's all there.
All right, Zach. I gotta be honest. I'm just throwing out something that really, really bothered me. Whenever they do these end of the year wrap ups, the My Spotify Wrapped, and people making these photography collages of their year and different places that put out their stats, I honestly don't care. We can do a poll at June. We can do a poll. It is what it is. Until I found one that I really enjoyed.
Go on.
Your trivia today.
Wait, I don't get to pick the Pishadoo? It's the doctor.
Yeah. I assumed it was the doctor, but we both couldn't speak. You and I were silent for 5 Mississippis.
Yeah.
It's a lot for you. Your trivia for today is
Your
we're
mother's
gonna
highlight of the show, me being silent.
Said my whole family.
Mm.
We are going to be, or you are going to be, matching the country to
God.
the Hub released their which country watches the most of what. I'm going to give you 5 countries, and you have to tell me, and I'm going to give you the 5 search terms, or maybe we'll hold off on the search terms, what they search for most in their country. Do you want to do it like that?
Sure.
All right.
Hairy women. Romania.
Country number 1. What did Brazil search for the most on the Hub in 2022?
You'll give me choices. I just have to guess.
I have 5 choices for all of them, or do you want to try to guess and I can just move on and then
Might
keep
need
going?
pen and paper, but sure. Yeah, give me the 5 choices and then the 5 countries.
All right, I did them by alphabetical order. Okay, you ready?
Hold on. Yeah.
So your 5 countries are Brazil, Canada, China, Russia, and USA.
Okay. I didn't really need to type all those out, but all right.
Your 5 categories that they searched for the most on the Hub in 2022 was ebony, Japanese, let's be honest, Russian, and transgender.
Most?
That was the most searched term on the Hub in 2022 in one of those 5 countries.
Okay.
So did you got all 5?
I got the 5 countries, and now give me the first one again.
Ebony.
Ebony, I'm gonna say is Brazil.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you if you're right or wrong?
No.
Okay. I won't tell you if you're right or wrong.
What's next search criteria?
Do you want me to search it? It's Japanese.
Japanese is gonna be China.
I'm not telling you if you're right or wrong.
All right, just give me the damn things.
Let's be honest.
Lesbian is gonna be Russia.
Russian.
Russian? Ugh, the fuck is a Russian? Give me this next one after Russian.
Transgender.
That's the most?
That was the most searched term in one of these 5 countries. Brazil, Canada, China, Russia, USA.
All right. Transgender is going to be... Russian is Russia. No. Transgender, I'm going to go with USA, and Russian is going to be Canada. Did I get all the countries? Yes.
Brazil, Canada, China, Russia, USA.
Am I right on any of them?
If we had more time and we could edit this, you got 1 out of 5.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Good. And you know the one you got, which blew me away?
Brazil and ebony?
Chinese people Google Japanese?
Yeah.
Why? Don't they not like each other?
Yeah, they want to see some dominance. You don't know what the word after that's going to be.
It's always blurred. What are they doing?
It's just blurred with a big bush. Why don't they trim that shit? Why is that cultural?
All right, Zachy. Transgender was Brazil.
What?
Yeah, I also wasn't sure about that. Ebony was USA.
God.
Not in my house. Maybe in my house.
You'll see what your kid looks like.
Let's be honest, was Canada.
Okay.
And Australia. And
my house.
And this kind of blew me a little bit. Russia was Russia?
I guess. I went that way and I talked myself out of it. You're the narcissist. You like to see the POV stuff. I like lesbian. I like just put on a show.
Boozer Day the podcast.
That's how it.
Thanks for listening to tonight's episodes. We got one more. Next week, I will be doing my recap of Hawaii because this week I had to do a little bit more drinking.
How'd those taste? They any good?
Like this. Like that.
You liked them.
All 3. Done. See you later. Bye.
You liked them. You didn't complain once.
We out.
Bye-bye.